Hey team, what's going on? Cool, so this is a new system that I've been using to reach out with, and it has just been far more effective and far more efficient than any of the other systems I currently have. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm constantly trying new stuff, and this one has really stood out in the crowd, and I wanted to put together a training, so here it is. It's a three-step system. Now everything starts with cold, right? We have to send out connection requests, and everybody who comes in, we need a way to be able to filter out who is currently like a problem aware and solution aware, like a ready to buy lead, right? At the top of that buyer triangle. We want to filter those people out straight away and book calls with them. And then we want to also not burn everybody else so that we can reach out to them later through either an intent trigger or a value add or something along those lines, right? So this system does that beautifully. And all we're doing is we're using curiosity-based questions. And when you can, we're also using voice notes and videos a lot to be able to build more rapport because these are obviously cold. So, right, I'm just going to jump straight into it because I don't want to take up too much time with these videos, and it is just so simple that I really don't need to. All right, so again, we've got three systems. We've got a lead identifier, sorry, 3 steps in the system, and they're just steps of DMs, right? So we've got the first DM is a lead identifier. The only goal is to identify that person as a lead, okay? So we just ask a question, could potential thing be useful for you, essentially, right? If that person says yes, and they're essentially giving you permission, then you do your mini pitch, okay? This is just one paragraph of information that gives them an overview of what you do, where you can use a bit more numbers, and you can essentially just do like imagine you're in the elevator and you've got into the elevator with your lead identifier, and now you're just going to do your quick mini pitch, right? And then if they like the sound of it, at the end of the mini pitch, we essentially propose a call, or we say, would you like some more help with this, for example, right? And if yes, then we book the call and we qualify. There's a few different ways that we can book the call and qualify, just like in the other trainings, right? Where either you can use a Calendly link that has a list of questions on it, or you can book them straight in and then you can ask the questions afterwards. Or, you could just say, hey, mind if I ask a few quick questions to see if I can help, and then you ask questions and then you book them in, right? So there's a few different ways in which you can do it, but fundamentally it's the first message is the lead identifier, the second message is the pitch, and then the third message is booking a call and qualifying them, okay? Now, with the lead identifier, we ask one question, okay? And then if that's not responded to, we only ever send one follow-up, essentially asking if this could be helpful. Okay, we do not want to burn this lead. This is always good if you can do both of these as voice notes and videos. Right? These do also work with text. I've also been playing with automating the whole thing as a text, and it does work. It just doesn't convert as high. Right? But if you're running someone else's account or something along those lines, then that's absolutely fine. Then we've got the mini pitch. Now, to the mini pitch, they have given us permission to send them more information. So clearly the outcome that you've highlighted in this, and I'll get into the actual scripts and the process in a minute, but clearly the outcome here is valuable to them. So we can now follow up a bunch more because we are offering value to this person. Okay, so after we've sent the mini pitch, if they then ghost or they don't respond, we can then send 5 to 7 or more follow-ups. Okay, because they have said, yes, that could be valuable for me, or yes, please send more information, okay? So we can send way more follow-ups. Now we're going to use, again, voice notes, text-based ones, we're going to use GIFs, all right, just like in the other trainings on the follow-ups, to make sure that we're keeping it light, keeping it human, we're keeping it support-focused, so it's still offering help, making sure that we're doing that rather than just going, hey, did you get my last message? Hey, did you get my last message, right? Now, so the mini pitch, either they'll respond straight away and you can book the call and qualify, or they'll respond to one of the follow-ups and then you can book the call and qualify. And again, to the book and call and qualify, right? So if they've said, yes, I'm open to a call, you send over a Calendly link, or you suggest some times, or you ask if you can ask them questions, and then they ghost, again, we can send 5 to 7 follow-ups. And even here, even more probably. You've probably got to like 12 follow-ups in this scenario. Okay, and we're going to do that every 2 days. All right, so you're going to literally send a follow-up every single 2 days. In fact, what I would actually suggest is that we put one in here, right? This one you send within 24 hours. Let me just... Okay, great. So, as you can see here, I've just added a 1 follow-up within 24 hours stage here, and then 5 to 7 follow-ups after that. The reason why we do that is because we can just send a follow-up straight away to see if they've got it. 5 to 7 follow-ups every 2 days, right? Every 2 days. This is because that person has allowed us, they've given us permission, and they've asked for more information. Okay, so it's absolutely fine to be following them up. And again, when you're using voice note, you're using video, you're using GIFs and things like that. Obviously, depending on your audience, if they're really quite a snotty audience, maybe don't use GIFs, but always just giving value and asking if this thing could be helpful or if they're still interested is absolutely fine. If they have got to the point of saying, yes, I'm interested in this thing, people just get busy, okay? So, guys, that is the entire system. Lead identifier with 1 follow-up. If they don't respond, we put them in a re-engage, and then we use the intent-based outreach to reach out to them. All right. If they say yes to the more information with the identifier, we literally just send the mini pitch. If they don't respond, 1 follow-up in 24 hours, and then 5 to 7 following up every 2 days. And then again, if they say yes to the mini pitch, you go for the booking call / qualifying. And again, if they don't answer to that, 1 in 24 hours, and then 5 to 7 follow-ups every 2 days. All right, guys, that is the system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the next video, and we're going to go through exactly how to do your essentially your lead identifier message. All right, peace.